Apatros review. In this episode, Anything for Love, also known as Just One of the Girls. Hi there, welcome back to your Apatros review. I'm your host, Mila Sipka, and join me to take you on a ride for the wild world of science fiction action horror, all from my personal collection 1200 discs, plus a few video games and so on. Anyway, in this episode we looked at the film Anything for Love, released in Australia as Just One of the Girls. And this was directed by Michael Koish in the year 1993. Now, Michael Koish is also known for his bunch of direct-to-video films he did for Steven Seagal in the 2000s. Anyway, this copy comes from Avenue 1, which is a bootleg label that appeared in the early years of the DVD age and became notorious for their mediocre quality DVD releases. In a rare bonus for fans of this film, this particular disc is of the broadcast version, original version, despite the retitling. The TV broadcast version had the women's locker room scene reshot with women wearing towels. Now for the story. After getting into a scuffle with his new school's bully, Kurt Stark, aspiring musician and wise-ass Chris Calder, played by Corey Haim, gets the perfect idea to avoid Kurt. He simply convinces his sister to lend him some of her clothes, gets a wig, and disguises himself as Chrissy, a new female student. The disguise works brilliantly, but too well. In order to avoid exposure, Chris has to keep up with the charade while falling in love with Kurt's cheerleader sister Marie, played by Nicole Eggert from Baywatch. What's more, Kurt begins to have feelings for the new girl at school, and complications arise as the deception keeps going on. Now, Anything for Love, or Just One of the Girls, depending which version you see, was one of a number of direct-to-video B films the late actor Corey Haim, one of the two Coreys, starred during the 1990s. And I'll do one of his other films, Demolition University, in few episodes' time. This was also about the point that Haim's career pretty much took a tumble, forcing him to finance his life through this particular market. This film has a pretty reasonable idea at its core. A new student falls foul of the school bully and resorts to disguising himself as a girl, and by borrowing his sister's clothes in order to avoid detection, but ends up forced to play the charade so his new classmates don't find out the secret. Director Michael Koish, who would a decade later prove infamous among fans of Steven Seagal for making a couple of the action star's worst B films in the mid-2000s, with Attack Force, which was originally supposed to be a sci-fi film but had its story changed after shooting wrapped, forcing them to redub the footage, and Fly of Fury, an uncredited remake of the 1990s Michael Dudikoff flick Black Thunder. And I'll review Fly of Fury and Black Thunder in the future. Anyway, Koish handles the story in a solidly mediocre manner, and while Corey Haim gets around going around drag has its amusements, particularly when he's in the girls' shower room as a surprise at getting a free chance to see naked students showering. But the film is pretty poorly staged and many of the jokes just feel somewhat lame. That being said, the film's morality message is pretty robust, and things turn out well in the end. Basically, Corey Haim decides to help out the bully get one over on his mates. A disappointingly lame film, but one that isn't exactly terrible, so if you're a fan of such junk, this will be pretty sweet smelling trash fare. Now, there's no gore in this film. As for nudity, well, this film was released on American television with the girls' shower room scene reshot with the girls wearing towels. The film was released onto VHS as the original nude version of this scene reinstated. As for the nudity itself, 4 of the female students are seen fully naked, and you get to see at least 3 full frontals, as well as close-ups of breasts and butt shots as well. Now, I give Anything for Love, or Just One of the Girls, a D+, 3 out of 10. A disappointingly lame comedy that doesn't quite get its story across too well, but does save itself from being fully bad by having some rather daft amusements. Now for the DVD. This was issued onto Region 4 DVD by Avenue 1, which was basically a bootleg label that was active in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and was widely disliked by most DVD collectors due to the shockingly poor quality of their discs. Now, up a couple of days ago, I found out that Avenue 1 was actually a pirate company. While some of the discs were simply VHS rips that were functionally mediocre, comparable to your average Payless release, some of the other films were in alarmingly bad condition, such as the now infamous original release of Howling Freedom Marsupials, which at the time became a bad joke thanks to its horrible condition issues, and one Australian DVD review website refused to cover any more of Avenue 1's discs due to their bad condition. And that Avenue 1 disc of Howling Free will be covered in the future, sometime next year. Actually, I'll do a free part because I've got 3 different releases of Howling 3. Now, in this film's case, the quality overall is that of a decent quality VHS tape, although there are problems with the resolution and the picture looking out like a mediocre quality YouTube rip at times. Avenue 1 has thankfully not put out any claims of remastering its DVD slick, They did that with some of their worst releases, and the solitary stereo track is adequate enough for the print. There are no subtitles, and unlike some of this label's other releases, there is no supplement. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying your coronavirus lockdown. I'll keep doing these like every second now up until the 15th of May. After that, I'll do one every 3 days. So just keep watching, stay safe, and that's it for this review.